Hello, everyone. This is Lauren Israelson, President of the United Natural Products Alliance, coming to you from our Zoom headquarters in Salt Lake City. Today, it's my real pleasure to introduce to you one of our newer members, Bionap. And with me today is Tyler Riss and Serena Capozi. And they're going to introduce both themselves, say a word about Bionap and some of the interesting products that they brought to the United States. They come to us from Italy, not just Italy, but Sicily. One of the places that, who would not want to go to Sicily? I certainly do. And that is on my plan as a business trip to go inspect the facility. So as soon as I can get myself to Europe after this whole COVID business is over, you can count on me making the request to come visit. So Tyler and Serena, it's a pleasure to have you with us. First, we'd just like you to introduce yourselves very, very briefly, a bit of your background. We'd love to know the history of Bionap quickly, and Serena, we'd love to hear some things about the exciting products that Bionap has developed and is putting into the market, and hoping a lot of our members will be in further contact, and our YouTube followers will say, this is a company I'd like to get to know and find out more about your products. So Tyler.
All right, so I'm VP of Sales for Bionap USA. We moved away from a distribution model, and now we go direct with our customers. We find our customers really appreciate that. I started off with Jarl Formulas. I'm sure this industry knows that company. I was in the marketing, and then I moved over to Indina out at Indina's headquarters in Milan and worked as a sales manager out there. Moved back to the US. I missed my culture a little bit, got back here, and it just so happened that Bionap, this young growing company out of Sicily, was looking for some representation in the US. So it kind of worked out. I had the background, and things have been going well. I've been with them for about 5 years now. And now we just recently brought on Serena Capozi as a sales manager with a nice technical background as well. And she's been a big asset so far during this quarantine, believe it or not. We've all had to get creative, and we've done very well. So it's been fun. Just real quick on Bionap, we've been around for 20 years. Like I said, we're small but fast growing. Family-owned Italian nutraceutical company. We have three main concepts: sustainability, traceability, and science. Those are our main key points. Sustainability, we like to have zero waste during the production of these standardized extracts. We have some nice stories in our portfolio, like our bergamot extract, for example. We utilize 100% byproduct to create that extract for the nutraceutical market. Traceability, we are vertically integrated. We have our own farms located in Sicily at the base of Mount Etna. We control the entire process from seed to finished powder form, so this is very nice. We also have True ID certification, so we DNA barcode each ingredient to guarantee to our customers that we have there's been no adulteration going on. And then R&D and science. All of our extracts in our portfolio are branded, trademarked ingredients, fully supported by preclinical and clinical studies. This is very important for us. We reinvest 50% of our revenues every year towards developing new clinical studies and new preclinical work to support the efficacy of these ingredients. So I'm going to have Serena take over here, and I just want her to introduce a couple products in our portfolio that are kind of trending right now. They have some nice applications, some nice supporting science, some new supporting science as well, and we'll go from there. So Serena, go ahead.
Yeah, so, well, I'm delighted to be here. I will start with a quick introduction about myself. So I started my career as a scientist. I was fascinated by the molecular mechanism that regulates cellular functions. And so because of this, from Italy, I moved to France, where I took my PhD in genetics and molecular biology. And I work as a scientist, behind the bench for over 10 years. I moved to US to support the commercialization of medical devices, quantification of infectious disease, and this was just before joining Bionap beginning of this year. So my role here is a business development manager right now. I move towards sale, but still I like to support the clients. They want to know better about the science and the molecular mechanism that regulates, the benefits that we observe in our ingredients. So I support them and make the process as smooth as possible for our clients to include our ingredients in their finished products. And with Bionap is pretty fun. We have a really nice dynamic portfolio. We are currently running many clinical trials on our ingredients. Everything is supported by science, and we also have like in vitro studies that to make us understand really the basics and the mechanism of function of these compounds. I will quickly introduce from now two of our ingredients. There is, like, first of all, there is the red orange complex. That's a blend of Sicilian blood oranges and is pretty well known in the market. The clinical dosage is pretty low, it's only 100 milligrams per day, and we have like two main benefits. It's a strong antioxidant, and he restored the natural antioxidant defense that are depleted in people that have oxidative stress. And we have 5 clinical trials that support this activity. And on top of that, the second benefits of this ingredient is the beauty from within, because it protects the skin from the damage that is induced by the UVB. So when we actually expose our skin to the sunlight, we have a clinical trial on this that is published, and we are currently running a second clinical trial. We want to assess beyond that if this ingredient may have also an anti-aging benefits on the skin. And so we included so many parameters to understand better these benefits and this effect. The second ingredient I want to introduce is our morocil. That's an extract from the moro, that is the darkest blood orange in the complex. These are really nice ingredients. It's our weight management ingredients. We have just concluded second clinical trials on this ingredient, run in Australia under TGA guidelines on 100 individuals. And the results that just confirm what we observed already in our previous study. So the morocil induced weight loss in the participants. And we also observe a nice slimming activity. We have a reduction of hip and waist circumferences. And on top of that, in this clinical trial, we really wanted to understand if the ingredient can have some benefits on the body composition. And so we included the DEXA scan as parameter, and we observed that the morocil improved the overall body composition, since it retains the lean mass in the individuals, but it actually reduced the fat mass, and in particular the visceral fat, that is the fat that surrounds the organs and is always related to inflammation. So it's really nice, the outcomes that we got from the second clinical trials that we are going to publish soon. I think the publication is coming over beginning of next year. And finally, the coney grape. This is our cognitive support ingredient. Is an extract from the neurodaula grape. We only use the seeds and the fruit of the grape, since they are enriched with really small molecules, and these are the only molecules that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and so reach the target, at least the brain. And when they reach the target, they exert a strong antioxidant activity, but they also somehow counteract the toxicity that is induced by the alpha-beta peptide. That is the peptide that initiate the formation of the plaque in the brain that are usually observed in patients with Alzheimer's, and so cognitive degradation. And of course, we have a clinical trial published on this ingredient, and we observe really nice effect and benefits on elderly people that are healthy. So we actually, after supplementation, we improve different forms of memory and language and attention. And so the people that recover this cognitive, their cognitive health, they also feel like less stress. So we also have a good improvement of the mood of this patient.
And just to touch on that, all 3 of these ingredients, well, all of our extracts in general are non-GMO, they're vegan, halal, they're kosher, and True ID certification, like I said. 2 of the extracts you just talked about, Red Orange Complex and morocil, are also GRAS certified, self-affirmed GRAS certified. So you can use these in functional food and functional beverage, which is also very nice. We plan on doing this with all of our extracts as we continue to grow as a company here. So yeah, Serena did a great job talking about the preclinical and clinical work. And yeah, we're excited for people to really get to know who Bionap is, and not just one of our best ingredients, really know where these extracts come from, and the supporting science and the real passion and effort that goes into creating these extracts. So thank you.
Well, Tyler, Serena, you've really told us what today's consumer wants. They want traceability, they want super high quality, they want safety, and they want the science. And so Bionap is the package. It's the real deal. So we're going to look for a lot of good news coming through and from Bionap, and we are honored to have you as a leading UNPA member. That we think says something to the market, a company that holds the high standards and does its work seriously. So, well, during this COVID period, we wish you good health and safety, and we certainly need your products during this time. The COVID-20 problem we're all facing here sounds like we could all put an order in right now. It'd be better for us.
Yeah.
So with that, we want to thank you for joining us today, and this will be posted up on our YouTube site, and hopefully a whole lot of folks will have an opportunity to meet Bionap in a new and different way. So we thank you again. We wish you well, and we'll be back on line with you soon enough to get an update and report on further progress at Bionap.
Oh, thanks. We appreciate it.
Signing off. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye for now.